I didn't even get to finish my coffee because, funny story, just got out of bed, was sipping on my coffee, and then Mom comes out and is like, cows are out. So of course we run out there, I'm looking, I see the cows where I moved them to, because we do adaptive grazing with South Pole cows, and they're all where they're supposed to be. So I'm thinking maybe there's just one or two out. I look around in the neighbor's bean field, nothing. Turns out she heard someone else's cows from way out somewhere that was just echoing in our direction in a brown bush, which she thought was one of our cows. So anyway, that crisis is averted. But I do need to get the horses fed. Today is the day I am taking Tari down to Dr. Bennett's in Tennessee to get her looked at. Originally, it was just to be just doing an overall lameness exam before Congress, x-raying her spine, her legs, making sure she's feeling good and that she's comfortable, because I wanted to give her the best shot possible at Congress because I entered her in the sweepstakes. But now with that mystery lameness that came up when I was at Cowboys for Kids, don't really know what's going on. So the timing of that lameness and her going to the vet is really good. However, she has gotten better. The only place where there is heat is in her heel bulb. So I'm thinking it could have just been a very rapid onset abscess because she had just healed from an abscess prior. Or she already had one that was brewing and the pole run made it just kind of really explode. Because abscesses, the best way to explain them is they're really just like a zit in the hoof. So anyway, gonna get these guys fed. I have time to work Evie and Rip before I leave. I leave at 12 to get there at 2 their time, which would be 3 my time. I'm gonna go ahead and leave a little bit early because the last time I had an appointment with them, I missed it because my brain inserted the word September in there when it didn't even exist. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead, get them fed, and get the 2 youngsters rode. All right, so feeding. I feed Tari. She gets 2 pumps a day of Osteomax, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. I also feed Equinity. Everyone gets Equinity. And that's pretty much it. My feed program, I try to keep as simple as possible because horses, they're large animals, but they don't need a whole lot. They thrive on simplicity. So we try to just keep everything as simple as possible. You good? Don't dump your food, child. Put your foot down. You good, Tari? I know I need to clean your stall, but what we're gonna do here in a minute, hose that leg down, because it's like she doesn't react here, but she does react here. So that tells me this is likely our problem area, which is where she has blown abscesses before. So best case scenario, it's an abscess. I can usually treat those pretty quick. I'm gonna have him x-ray that foot because she keeps abscessing in it and I need to find out why. Maybe there's old scar tissue that just keeps abscessing. Who knows? We'll see when we get there. But, that good? So this is the old milk barn from when we used to run a dairy. If I ever milk another cow, it'll be way too soon. But our hay shed's a little far away from the house. I'm not a big fan of it, but whatever you gotta do. But we feed an orchard alfalfa mix. A bale in the morning and half a bale in the evening seems to work really good for our horses. Another thing we really like to do is spread our hay around the perimeter of the pasture. It keeps the horses moving, keeps them legged up, because domesticated horses do not get enough movement. So this helps them stay legged up for shows and just overall keeps inflammation down. And this, of course, is Mia and Sadie. Mia is Rip's mama, and Sadie, the buckskin in the background, is Evie's mama. So then I finally got to ride, and Rip is in the background being an attention hog because that's what he is. But I really like my saddle ride pads. I tried Tari's pad on Evie to see just the difference because her pad's a little bit thinner. But as I ride, you will notice that I do a lot of these circles. I find that it just works really well for them finding their foot placement and how to use their body properly, especially flexing not just at the pole but throughout the rib cage. So with Evie, I really wanted to start her back on poles, but I accidentally left the poles in the back of the truck. So I just worked on her shoulder control and making sure that she was moving off my leg and hand simultaneously. Now Rip, on the other hand, this was only his 6th day under saddle, so I just really wanted to focus on keeping him working off his shoulder because he's been doing really good at that, and I've been really happy with how he's been working. Although that day he was a little bit of a snot. He kept trying to run off on me and not wanting to stop, which our circles were more running, I felt, than actual just nice loping circles, but he eventually kind of came into the bridle a little bit more and just focused on me instead of trying to run off and be distracted because, like his sister, I think he's got a little bit of ADHD.
My mic quit working because I had it in my pocket when I was riding. But I hosed them off, I put them back out in the pasture. Now I need to grab Tari and clean her off, get her all the dirt knocked off in case they do have to poke her anywhere. I don't think they will. But I also just like her to be clean when going to the vet because I just think it's good practice, so go grab Tari.
So I had to run back down to the hay shed to grab hay for Tari because I forgot to bring my hay chicks net when I went down there earlier. But oh my goodness, look at this rope color. I just absolutely love it. So I put her hay in the stock trailer, and then I proceeded to look for wasps because wasps have been making nests in our trailers lately. I just wanted to make sure there weren't any hanging around, but I did find one, and it startled me, but I think he was just looking around because he left. I then made myself some coffee for the road because I am that coffee addict, and then I backed up the truck, which, yes, it only took me one try, and of course there are my poles still. I don't care what anyone says, if your trailer has one of these jacks, it really makes you appreciate your electric jacks.
Now I'm going to put her boots on. I've got the Easy Boot prescription boots for the back, and then I got the Easy Boots for the front. I mainly got the prescription boots for the back just because they're cheaper. But yeah, they pretty much do the same thing. They still have the pads in them. They're just not as easy to put on, but I really like cloud boots. I put her in these boots only in the stock trailer because the stock trailer is meant for cows and not horses. So any little bit of protection and shock absorption that I can get, I'm gonna do that in the stock trailer. Now these boots, I already cleaned her foot, so I don't want to put it on the ground. But these boots, it doesn't matter what side they go on. Pretty much one side fits all. She has big feet, so she gets size 3. But they're just real simple. They just slide on. Voila. That's why I really like these. Tally ho, my wonderful little level princess. You know, it's a good thing that you want all that slot race money, because that's just gonna go towards your vet bill. Yes ma'am. Goodbye, I will see you when we get there. You good? Seat your hay. We'll be there shortly. I had to make a quick stop to get fuel because I only had 33 miles left in the truck, but then after that began the start of our 3-hour-long journey. Such a pretty day. Let's hope we don't get bad news. Hello. How was the ride? You ready to get poked at again? Probably not. You got your boots on. There you go. Poor thing. Right there. You sleepy? This is you very sleepy. Look at that. You poor thing. You still sleepy? No, you can't eat that while you're waking up. Come on, let's walk around a little bit. You're crying. You waking up? You're not as droopy looking as you were. Yeah, come on, let's walk some more. Hey. You. Yep, ready to go home? Yes, ma'am. Alrighty. So it was very good news. I'm happy. It was just an abscess. It was a very persistent abscess. So she had 2 pockets. It was just the one abscess that kind of blew but really didn't. And then deeper in the foot, there was a really big abscess that had just been sitting there for months, and that's why she keeps abscessing in that foot. So, and why she also has been lately not really been wanting to use her hindquarters a whole lot on a turn because of that abscess. So spine looked good, hocks looked really good, her old ligament injury looked really good, no sign of any injury whatsoever there. So, oh yeah, and stifles looked really good too. He also did acupuncture on her SIN. So $335 later, which isn't bad for everything that we did. X-rays and acupuncture and the lameness exam and digging out that abscess. That one had to be dug out. But anyway, I'm happy with it. Now we're gonna go home. Congress is still a go. I'm happy. Made a quick stop for some coffee and some food because I hadn't eaten all day, and then it was a nice trip back home.
What's going on? Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't want
Doggy's gonna have to move. There you go. Make you happy. What do you want? You have no idea how excited I am that it's just an abscess. We can definitely deal with that. But anyway, oh my goodness. What a day. Just driving more than anything. But anyhow, this is a brand new page. I really hope that I earn your subscription today. And if you could like the video, that way it helps push my content out into the YouTube algorithm and help grow the page a little faster. And if you're going to be at Congress in the NBHA Open World next month, comment down below and hopefully I will see you all there.